present myself Hani Sultana, working as assistant professor in the Department of Management Studies, belongs to SNS College of Technology, and we were looking into the a series of forecasting, the broad category of forecasting, and below which we are going to see the topics which is relevant to demand forecasting. What is demand forecasting? We have discussed in previous sessions, demand forecasting, and what are the types of demand forecasting, and what are the methods of forecasting. And we have discussed there are two methods of broad methods of forecasting, that is qualitative forecasting and quantitative forecasting. And we had good examples of to remember what is qualitative forecasting and what is quantitative forecasting. And we had come again with the quantitative forecasting. We got two other methods, that is time series analysis and regression analysis. And time series means we are calculating on the basis of time, so seasonal, whether it is for a quarterly basis or annual basis. We have got various methods on which we will calculate. And regression is to test the impact. So we have, if you are taking two variables, one is x and one is y, and we here can quote a very good example of if the students are watching IPL or any cricket match, and next day they have got an end semester examinations, and we can compare that. Suppose if we have number of watching hours of television as directly impacting the score or test results of the examination. So if the number of hours prolonged, for example 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, and the expected percentage of marks will get reduced. This is the assumption, that is the hypothesis on which we work. So these two models are time series, both time series analysis and regression model, both are statistical method of solving the data. So the quantitative data we have discussed earlier, as we said, it is based on the data we are calculating using the statistical methods to arrive the respective inferences. So this class today we are going to discuss on what are the steps involved in both quantitative and qualitative forecasting. So we started from forecasting, meaning demand forecasting, and methods of forecasting, that is quantitative, qualitative, and now we are have to look into what are the steps actually involved in quantitative and qualitative forecasting. See, before getting into that, we need to understand what are the general principles of forecasting. So we know forecasts are have to be more accurate, and every forecast should estimate an error. That is, if you take for example, if you take regression analysis, we calculate y is equal to a plus bx, that is y is the dependent variable, a is the a plus bx, that is b is the beta coefficient, a is the alpha, and x is the independent variable, plus we will quote the e, a small e notation, which is called the standard error. Is the standard because the data which we are collecting is not it is not the scientific data, we are collecting from the individuals, so the data may be subject to have error. So we are assuming as the standard error to some extent of 1% error to 5% of error we are fixing. And before applying for any forecasting method, the total system should be understood. That is, if we are calculating regression, and we cannot calculate the regression analysis to test the difference of opinion. So regression analysis is to be done for the purpose of to test the impact of x on y. Okay, so the clear objectivity has to be determined before calculating any data. The method should be tested and evaluated. That is what. So we are framing the objectives based on which we are framing the hypothesis, and next we are going for testing and inferences. We are drawing the conclusion based on the inferences. And beware of people, they can prove you wrong very easily in forecasting. That is, we cannot give the judgment type of answers in forecasting. And now we are getting into the steps in forecasting. and we have a broad 5 categories of steps. Like first we have to set the objectives, next we have to determine the time period, and next we have go for the selecting the method of forecasting, and next we have to go for collecting the method data, and next we are estimating the results. Now we will discuss this one by one in the next slides. So basically what is setting objectives? Setting objectives in the sense like we are going for whether we are going for short term forecasting or long term forecasting. So we are calculating for less than a year or it is beyond a year. So we have to set the limit first, and we have to, second thing, we have to forecast the overall demand for the product. For example, for the particular market or only for the organization of own products. So we cannot compare the, for example, if we estimating the demand for the rice cannot be compared with the tea. So only with the particular product line we can compare and we can estimate it. We cannot compare with the cross line of products. And next, third thing is the forecasted demand for the whole market or for the segment of the market. Now we are taking with the respective market for the particular product, and we are comparing based on the whole availability of the whole market to know the overall demand for the particular product. Next one is we have to forecast the market share of the organization. So based on the availability of the data for the demand of the particular product, we are forecasting the market share to the organization.